Hey, what is up everybody, I'm Alex and today I'm going to show you the new mid-ranger from Motorola. So let's start with a quick unboxing of the phone. Right after you lift up the cover of the package, you see the phone there, which in this case has a silicone back to protect the back of the phone from scratches. So as you may know, Motorola are making phones in the lower range, in the mid-range, and they also make flagships, and the Moto G6 Plus is a mid-ranger, and I think that this is one of the best mid-rangers now on the market because of some of its features. At first place, the specs are just like for a mid-ranger. It has a Snapdragon 630, which is an 8-core processor. It has 4 gigs of RAM and 64 gigs of storage, which you can expand with a micro SD card. And the interesting thing here is that you won't have to remove one of the SIM cards from the tray to put a micro SD card. It has a dedicated slot for a micro SD card, which is not very popular in the phones nowadays. So as we are talking about specs, we cannot skip the screen. The screen of the phone is an IPS, it's not an OLED, it is normal. As I said, this is a mid-range phone, and the resolution is 1080p by 2860, and in this case this is Full HD Plus, and its size is 5.9 inch with a screen ratio of 18:9. The screen itself is very bright. This is the one thing that I like very much about this phone, that the screen is bright, and the other thing is that the colors are very vivid. I like them very much because some of the phones that I've seen in the mid-range have a very blurry screen with not that good colors, not that accurate, but in this case you have a pretty good screen that I think will suit most of the users of the phones, because not many of the people are watching 4K videos on their phone, or they need a 4K screen on the phone. So in this case I think this is enough. And right under the screen there is the fingerprint sensor. So one of the best things about mid-range phones of Motorola is their camera. Just like the G5 and the G5 Plus, the G6 Plus has also a good camera, and in this case it has a dual sensor main camera with 12 megapixel and 5 megapixel sensor with f-stop 1.7, and in this case you will be able to make photos in a little bit darker conditions. Of course, one of the other things about the camera is the video quality. The video quality is also good, just like the photos quality, and you can shoot video up to 4K, but there is one thing that I have to warn you about this. There is no optical image stabilization because this is a mid-range phone, and it is quite normal that it won't have an optical image stabilization. One of the main things I like about this phone is the Android experience, because it's nearly stock Android experience. I don't like the bloatware in some of the other companies that are putting apps that I'm not using, that nearly anyone is using, and in this case there are only few apps from Motorola, like app for calling, the app for contacts, the file manager, and nothing like a bloatware and things that you won't be using, and they will only use space on your phone, and they will have to be updated frequently because the phone will go slow eventually if you don't update them. So in this case this is a thumbs up from me for the Android of the phone, and it comes with 8.0 Oreo. I think that Motorola will release update for the next Android also, because they are doing so about their phones, and I really hope that the software support for this phone will be on point, just like on the Moto Z that I'm using now. One of the other things about this phone is that it has a 3.5mm jack. Yes, some of you may be aware that the jack is gone in most of the phones, especially in the high ends, and in this case Motorola has put a 3.5mm jack in the phone, as it is not that thin and there is actually space in it, so it can be put in there, and you can use a headphone of your choice with this phone. For me, this is not something that is very good. This is not an option that is wow, because I'm using Bluetooth headphones, and I personally recommend people to use Bluetooth headphones because you don't have to deal with tangled cables, you don't have to deal with broken jacks on the headphones, and the only thing that you have to do is to remember to charge your battery of the headphones. Right next to the 3.5mm jack there you'll find the USB Type-C port. In this case it is not a micro USB, just like some of the other companies are releasing mid-rangers with a micro USB. The USB-C offers very fast speeds of transfer, and this is one of the things that I like, because if you are shooting with the phone and you're shooting in 4K videos, the files will be very big and you have to transfer them to your computer, and you don't want to wait long to transfer them. The USB-C will offer good speeds, and this is also a thumbs up for me, because some of the mid-range phones now are coming with micro USB ports that I don't understand. Why aren't they putting USB Type-C in all the new phones? Because this is a new standard and we have to get used to the new standards, and we have to get used to the phones with USB Type-C. So I know that most of the people that are going to buy this phone are young people. They're going to buy it and they're going to play games on it. I've tested it with gaming and I had no problem. I've tested it with one of the most spec demanding games, the Asphalt 8, and I had no problem. I have no stutter, I have no lag or something like this. The game was running very smooth and I like the overall experience. I also tried to play PUBG. The experience was also good even if I don't like the game. So one of the main things that you have to deal with this phone is, as I said, the glass back. You have to be very careful with the glass back. So if you drop the phone, there is a big chance of the glass to shatter, and I don't think that the change of the glass will be that cheap, and I don't think that it will be worth it to change the glass and not the whole phone. So my overall experience with the phone while using it was very good. I didn't have any problem with it. I didn't have any problem with the phone in terms of working, in terms of speed. It was very responsive, and the thing that I like is that it has a 64 gigabytes of internal memory, which in my case is enough because I'm not filming with the phone, I'm not making 4K videos with the phone, I'm using my camera, and the only thing that I'm doing is downloading my cache playlist for Spotify and making some photos, and in this case 64 gigabytes is pretty enough. The other thing that is one of my favorites actually about this phone is the screen, because I'm watching videos in YouTube and I'm watching streams on Twitch frequently, I can say even daily, and this is one of the greatest things about it. It is a little bit bigger than the others and the colors are very good, and I was very pleased with this experience. So what do you actually think about the phones of Motorola? What do you think about this phone? And the other thing that I'm interested in is what phone are you using at this moment? You can write it down in the comments and I will take a look. So if you like that video, press the thumbs up button, subscribe to my channel, and see you in the next vlog. Bye!